Okay, so chevron stitch. So this is simple chevron stitch. So start as usual with a slip knot, and then we're going to chain a multiple of 10 plus 1, and if you're working in rows rather than in a round, you're going to need to add another 2 for your base chain. So that means I'm going to do multiples of 10 will be 30, plus 1 is 31, plus 2 for the base chain, standing chain. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So yeah, stop when you've got 33. Right, so first thing we need to do is skip 2 chains, and that's going to count as your first double crochet. So look at your hook, there's your first one, there's your second one. So we're going to yarn over because we want to do a double crochet. First one, second one, and go into the third one. Okay, and then complete the double crochet. So that actually consists of 2 stitches. Your chains and your double crochet count as being in 1 stitch, so it's like an increase. Okay, and then we're in this stitch, so now we need to put 1 DC in each of the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, okay, and we're going to start with a decrease to make the first point in this chevron stitch. So yarn over, like we're going to do a double crochet, go into the next stitch, and we're going to decrease across 3 stitches. So we yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, but we don't finish the stitch. And then we do another into the next one, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we want 1 more to complete this decrease 3. Yeah. Last decrease, so we end up with 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 4, and what you'll see is that started to pull the V shape. So you will end up with your chain being a zigzag shape. Okay, so whatever you're making with this will have a zigzag edge. Right, so the next step is to do 3 more double crochets in a row, so 1 in each stitch or in each chain. 1, 2, and 3. Sorry, I forgot to say I'm using a 4-ply yarn and a 4mm hook. Right, so we've got 3 double crochets in a row, and now to make the other part of the chevron effect, we're going to increase. So we're going to put 3 double crochets all in 1 stitch, and that gives us the upper point of the chevron effect. So it is really straightforward. It's just increase 3, decrease 3 with 3 double crochets in between, and it's just a little bit different on the ends. So I'll keep going, I'll do another set of 3. So 3 double crochets, 1 in each chain. That's the third one coming up. And now we need to decrease again. So we'll do that decrease again together. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and 1 more, into the next stitch, or chain I should say, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we've got 4 loops left on the hook. Yarn over, pull through all 4 to pull them together, and then we're going to do another 3 double crochets and another outward curve, and then another inward curve, and then I'll show you how to do the last couple of stitches. Okay, so that was the increase row followed by 3 double crochets, so then we need to decrease across 3, and that's the last decrease or increase. So this is, yeah, the last time we manipulate the shape. It's quite tricky, as always, working into chain, especially when you're creating a zigzag effect. Okay, so all through those 4, and then we've got 1, 2, 3 chains left, so we're going to put a double crochet in each one. Last single double crochet, and then we need to mirror the other end, so we need to put 2 double crochets in this last stitch, because on the other end when we first started we had a chain 3 and a double crochet in the same stitch, so that meant that it was an increase. So we don't need to put 3, we just need to put 2 to sort of straighten up the end. So if we have a look at that now, so this is nice to do in different colours, but I think just to show you the second row, I'm just going to stick with this colour for now, and then it's a little bit easier to show you how to turn and start again. But I promise you it's so straightforward. So I've done the last 2 double crochets in that last chain. So then we need to turn, and then we're going to chain 3. And again, it counts as a stitch. 1, 2, 3. And then put your next double crochet in the bottom of the stitch. So you might have learned not to go in that stitch if this chain 3 counts as a stitch, but in this instance we want to increase. So we are going to go into that first available little V there. So that'll mimic the effect of putting 2 double crochets into that one stitch. Okay, so we've done chain 3 and double crochet into that first part. Then we're going to do our 3 double crochets in a row, 1 in each stitch, and this is where I think you'll start to find it really super easy to follow. So 3 double crochets, and then decrease across the next 3, of which the middle one should be the decrease from the row before. So if you're wondering if you're in the right place, as long as you've got an ordinary double crochet, the decrease and an ordinary one, then yeah, you're in the right place. So a decrease where we kind of decreased last time. So we're going to just yarn over, pull through 2, leave the stitch on, go into the decrease stitch, do the same, and then 1 more yarn over, pull through just once, and then we've got the 4 again to yarn over, pull through together. Then we're going to do our 3 double crochets in a row, just get a bit more slack, and then we're going to do our 3 double crochet increase, which will be in the middle one from the row before. So the row before where we did 3 in 1 stitch, that will be the middle stitch of those 3 that you're working this increase into. So you can see there, 1, 2, 3 all in the same chain, 1, 2, 3 all into that middle stitch. So as long as you look out for that, you can't really go wrong. The area you might go wrong is at the beginning of the row, if you forget that the chain 3 counts as a stitch, but also because it's an increase, sorry about that, you need to put another stitch right where the chain comes from. So that's normally when a double crochet, sorry, chain 3 counts as a stitch, you wouldn't work into that space. So that's what could be confusing and could just maybe throw it out a bit. So just watch out for that. So I'm part way through my next decrease, the last stitch of the 3, the 4 loops on the hook, pull through all 3, 4 even. And then we've got the 3 ordinary double crochets. 1, 2, 3. So again, the one we're increasing in is the middle one of the 3 we did in the increase on the row before. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so rather than let you watch me do the whole row, I'm just going to explain what comes next. So we've got 1 double crochet in each of the next 3, double crochet 3 together across the next 3, then we've got 3 more, and we're going to put 2 double crochets in that turning chain. So when I get to there, I'll come back on the video and I'll show you that bit. Okay, so that was the last decrease, and this was the last 3 double crochets in a row. And then bit fiddly this bit and easy to miss, so again you could go wrong at this point if you're not careful. You need to find the 2 chain that were the ones we skipped right at the very beginning to create the turning chain, and that top one is always really small, really tight. So trying to show you, just try and get your hook in there and you're in that top chain. Okay, so it might be a little bit tricky, but do what you can. And then we're going to put 2 double crochets in that same little chain. So yeah, it's not easy, but it just finishes off the edge nice and straight. There you go. So that's 2 rows. So your next row, you just need to rewind the video a bit and do this row again, because all you're going to do now is keep repeating row 2. And you can change colour if you want. It does look nice, and I think the chevron shows up better if you do change colour. So I'm going to put a picture at the end of this video of a top that I made. So I actually worked it in the round. So remember, if you make a chain ring and you want to make this chevron stitch, you won't need the chain 2 for the base chain, because you'll obviously be joining the 2 ends of the stitch. So all you'll need is multiples of 10 plus 1. So whatever multiple of 10 you want, then plus 1, that's going to be your foundation ring chain. Then just join that ring together and start following the instructions. You'll chain 2 from that ring for the first stitch. You'll increase and just follow the video, and you can do it in the round. I have written a pattern for it's like a boob tube top, but it could also work as a pencil skirt, and you could make it longer if you wanted to than the pattern. So I will put a link on for that pattern as well, just in case you fancy making that.